Adaptability and the value of community. It's simply great to be back among you, and I cannot thank you and the whole parish for what it means to have been able to have had this time away, and even more, what it feels like to be back with you. There are two recurring themes that occurred for me and my family in my time away, and that is adaptability and the value of community. As soon as I started on what was to be a traditional sabbatical, I needed to adapt, given to the reality of COVID, and so yes, I'm back early. But that does not mean that the time was not a gift. It was incredible, and I am so grateful. The time put into perspective the other aspect of what adaptability means to be graceful, and that is the value of community, what we mean to each other, what it means to us to be us, and to share our practices as well as the values that have helped meet the challenges of these past 2 years now and continue to do so. I have come back to many changes, and yet things that we would have hoped and even planned to be different has changed itself yet again. Adaptability and the value of our community is called upon once more. The success we have enjoyed is in thanks to the strategies we have employed, while we, like many other organizations, have learned and continue to receive guidance as to new data and best practices to meet those challenges. We have all had to learn to adapt to what unfortunately continues to be an ever-changing situation. By far, the efficacy of the vaccines have and continue to make the biggest difference and have allowed so much of what we would call our fuller or normal life to resume. At the same time, this is not about finding a way to go back, but what we need as we continue to move forward together and as a faith community with a fundamental ethic that is the service to our neighbor. The vaccines continue to be our strongest tool available, but as they have definitely mitigated danger, we know all too well it hasn't eliminated the crisis yet. We are aware that some of our most vulnerable people, especially children, for them, the vaccines are still outside of reach. This, along with what we are experiencing with variants, call us to remain ever vigilant as well as responsive. We continue to use a multi-layer approach to our care as well as the precautionary measures for our church services as well as our day school and nursery school when they resume in the fall and other ministries we serve. We will adapt so that we can continue to more fully live into our life and ministry together safely. This begins with self-care even before coming into our building. Once together, while masks are an expectation for those who have not been able to be vaccinated, they remain optional for those who are fully vaccinated. There are some who need or simply prefer to utilize masks, and that's great and are highly recommended, especially as we experience spikes or variations, as well as for those who are not yet fully vaccinated. While we will continue to offer services both live and online, at church we will take several extra steps at this time. In addition to our cleaning protocols and enhanced air filtration, we will have several areas designated specifically for mask only, as well as other areas where masks remain optional. We remain sensitive to space arrangement and the duration of time, as well as activities shared together, including Holy Communion, either in person or if you prefer, we can arrange a home communion visit for you and your family. How we introduce and offer Christian formation for various ages will also be modified to best meet the given context. It is important to note that so much of what we can do will feel familiar. We simply need to adapt as the situation calls for it. We do this because you are valued. You are what makes our community possible. In the coming weeks, there will be more ways that you can help as we welcome a busy fall for our parish and ministry. In the meantime, please keep reaching out, support and encourage our neighbors. Get that shot and help us spread the word. There's a place for you here, and you are valued. May God continue to bless you, your family, and the ministry we share in Christ's name here and beyond.